the story of Maya Hollow Bridge. No one built Maya Hollow Bridge, or at least, no one alive remembered who did. It arched over the black marsh between two crumbling towns, a long spine of slick stones half swallowed by fog. At night, the bridge hummed softly, as though a voice were trapped beneath it, calling to anyone foolish enough to cross after dusk. When Thomas Brindle returned to his home village after 20 years away, he didn't believe such tales. He had left as a boy, when the marsh still smelled of lilies, and his mother's candle still burned in their window. But the marsh had changed. The air was thick now, the water stagnant, and the bridge looked older than time itself, its stones twisted and uneven, slick with something that wasn't quite moss. Thomas came back for one reason, his sister, Lysa. She had vanished 2 weeks earlier, on her way to deliver herbs to the next town. The villagers whispered that she'd crossed the bridge after dark, when the mist turned silver and the dead begin to sing. He laughed at their superstitions, though his voice trembled when he did. That night, he set out with a lantern and his sister's shawl wrapped around his arm. The air felt colder the closer he came to the bridge. Crickets stopped chirping. Even the frogs were silent. Only the slow creak of his boots on wet planks filled the air. Halfway across, the mist thickened so thick he couldn't see his own hands. Then came the humming, low at first, then rising into a mournful wail that seemed to echo inside his bones. The bridge trembled. Thomas steadied himself, gripping the rail, and called his sister's name. Something answered. It wasn't a voice exactly, but a shape in the fog, tall and thin, its face shrouded, its fingers dripping with water that sizzled as it hit the stones. It reached toward him, and from beneath its veil came a whisper. "You came too late, brother." Thomas staggered back. "Lysa," he breathed. The figure tilted its head, and in its eyes, if those were eyes, he saw a glimmer of sorrow. Beneath her voice, others whispered too, hundreds of them, merging into one endless hum that matched the rhythm of the bridge. He dropped the lantern. Flame met mist, and light flooded the fog. For a moment, he saw them faces beneath the bridge, suspended in the water, drifting slowly like pale lilies, Lysa's among them. When the light died, the fog returned, and the bridge was silent once more. Days later, the villagers found Thomas's boots at the midpoint of Maya Hollow Bridge, still damp, as though someone had stepped out of them and walked straight into the mist. Now, when the fog rolls heavy over the marsh and the bridge begins to hum, the villagers whisper two names instead of one, and sometimes if you listen very carefully you can hear a man's voice calling softly through the mist. "Lysa." "I'm still looking,"